Hello, my name is Matt Hirsch. I work with Joey and wanted to give you kind of a rundown of the existing website and just some general observations regarding its functionality and also its SEO current status, as well as the potential for what we might be able to do to help. Overall, the website aesthetically is very nice. I think it has a good foundation and good content for directing people where they need to go and giving them the information that they need to help, explain your services to them and how those services can help them in practical ways. Um, Above the fold, before you start scrolling down, you have nice visuals. The caregiving messaging comes through very clearly. A nice video on YouTube embedded on the homepage is nice as well. And then I like the tiles here that explain the different services and the amenities. So also the key phrases down here under services. This is something you want to be known for and seen for. So a good job with that. I like also under services here that it's easy to locate in 3 clicks or less what the user is trying to get to. You have call to action buttons like Discover Certus, see all services, order promo items, order prints. This is for administrators, current employees. Sign on page might benefit from a little expanding the call to actions out even more. But let me show you, as far as in addition to aesthetic, the aesthetic, the layout, the design, the functionality, and that's what will help you with your presence on Google or other search engines. So I'm going to go to a native developer tool on Google Chrome called Lighthouse, and I'm going to generate this report. So this is under settings. I go to more tools, developer tools, and I'm going to generate a report based on the desktop version of the site and monitor its performance. Let's see how it stacks up. Some things that it's looking for when it comes to functionality is site speed. If a site takes more than 3 seconds to load, your competitors, or the user rather, may go to the site, get impatient, and move on to someone who handles hospice care with a website that loads faster, just because they're impatient. So they might move on to a competitor. So we want to make sure that in addition to the design, the functionality is also there. How the site is built determines how well the site ranks. So that's just one aspect of what goes into SEO and also determines the health of a website. So 46 is the score. Obviously, this is in the red. There's other things. It's 4 points away from being mid-range, and then about 44 points away from being in the ideal range. Now, yesterday I ran this test, and it was even lower, so there is fluctuation. But obviously, there's things that we can address with the site itself and how it's built on the framework. We specialize in custom web development and design. So this is all kind of, you could say, developer jargon that when itemized, when listed out, things that would impress or improve your SEO. I'm just going to do a quick save the PDF, and I will send this out to you. And this is called a Lighthouse report and Certus. Next thing I wanted to talk about is going back to the website is something called a meta title, and how that is just one out of many things in aggregate that will affect your score and your ranking on Google when someone searches for your service. Like, for example, I noticed under services, long-term care or hospice care, behavioral health. Right now, let's take a look at hospice care. I'm searching from Geauga County, and you can see these people spend money on being on the top of Google. So every time a user who looks up this key phrase finds this ad and they click on it, they're spending a little bit of this company's money for the opportunity to be at the top of Google. So this is a search ad. There's some description about end of life or hospice, as well as locations of companies that specialize in hospice care. This is Google Maps. You scroll down, cancer.org. These are government websites, Hospice Foundation, Medicare, Mayo Clinic, WebMD. Go down a little further. Let's go to Vitas. So this probably is somewhat of a competitor in the area only when it comes to ranking. Maybe they're much bigger, maybe they're much larger, or smaller rather, but they are showing up. But notice the point of looking this up is this is their meta title. They have key phrases that are geared around the service of hospice care. Further, their meta description contains even more of a description of the service that's explained on that page. This is the homepage URL, vitas.com. Perhaps we take a look at it quickly. Now, even this takes a little longer to load, but you can kind of look around. But a lot of behind the scenes things, for example, things called title attributes, alt attributes, external links, internal links, user experience. These are things that our digital marketing services would make sure that we monitor and track visitor behavior and optimize it for more conversions, whether that's a phone call, a click on their mobile to call you, a form submission. Those things we can monitor, we can track so that we can measure your return on investment. But notice, for the sake of what I'm trying to explain here, this SEO or search engine optimization, here the meta title for the homepage contains really good keywords, but your site on the homepage only says home. So that's something that definitely needs to be addressed. So I would say in addition to any layout adjustments you'd want, we would want to connect your site to Google Analytics and Data Studio and things that would help us know what users are doing, what their engagement looks like when they're on your competitors' sites and when they're on your site. And who is your target audience? As far as from a data standpoint, when are they going to visit these sites? What times of the day? What days of the week? Those are things that we can, over time, use that data to hone in on the right kind of target audience, and also, meanwhile, regularly audit the site and improve the user experience. That will get your site to improve on ranking. And just for the sake of taking a look, hospice care, let's do a search on Google again, and let's do a Control F for certushc.com. So right now you're not ranking in the first 100 spots for hospice care. You could do the same kind of test yourself for other key phrases, but we'd have to do keyword research to make sure that that's the right key phrase to use when it comes to that service. There might be variations, and we can also run ads for you. There's all kinds of things that we can do, but this is just a brief summary of the things that we can help with. We'd be happy to. Okay, again, this is Matt Hirsch. Nice to meet you. Looking forward to hopefully talking to you in the future, and I look forward to hearing from you through Joey. Take care. Bye-bye.